one calling the shots. Rookie of the year, I ain't swinging the rock. Foolish, you thinking I hate on my grind. I'm taking my time as I'm aging like wine. Diamonds are pressure, the goal is a mine. Reloaded on ops, taking over the spot. I'm holding the block, whether you like it or not. Hey yo, whether you like it or not.
Meika is a Canadian rapper from Toronto. Her music is influenced by her cultural background, and she is best known for her lyrical delivery and unique style. Welcome to the show, Meika.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great.
Thank you again for coming out on the show. I really do appreciate it. I need you to take me to the very beginning of when you decided that you wanted to pursue rap. Like, how did you begin rapping, and how did you get to the spot that you're in today?
So at 16, I joined this music program called 16 Bars, and I worked on one of my very first songs that is called Pinky Swear. Mm-hmm. And they actually made a lyric video for that on YouTube. And that was kind of like my start at recording and being in the studio and just writing. But writing is kind of where I started because I like to tell stories, and I never really liked English, but I was always good at it. And so I just kind of went and stuck with that and turned poetry into music. I found it easier to rap and to just talk to people like regularly, but just like with a cool way of saying things. And so because I was always nervous to sing, I noticed like you could hear my nerves in my voice if I had to sing, but if I rapped, like you couldn't really tell. So I kind of just went with that. I told people I was a rapper, and they'd be like, yeah, let me hear you freestyle.
Did you tell people you were a rapper though before you were a rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, so you were kind of speaking it into existence before
almost, yeah.
It actually happened.
Because I didn't like, if I had to choose between a singer and a rapper, I would definitely say I was a rapper because I wasn't confident in the singing voice that I had. And so I really had to just decide like what I wanted to do. And I didn't really know, but because I couldn't do it with school, I decided to do it on my own and outside of school. And from there, just continued rapping, continued like meeting people who are also musicians and artists as well. And like us just like challenging each other and like seeing, okay, who can write a 16 and like, or who has the best 16.
What's a 16 for the people who may be watching and don't know?
So a 16 is basically 16 bars.
Okay.
You have for a verse. Some people cut their verses in 8 bars, but initially 16 bars is one whole verse before you have a hook.
Oh, and then you were also in a program called 16
Bars.
Oh, see, okay. While we're on the subject, I feel like there's a lot more challenges as a female rapper. So, like, what kind of challenges do you face as a female rapper? And do you ever feel like you have to hold your own? Like, for example, if you were around a group of males and they're like male rappers, do you ever feel like you have to do something extra maybe to try and get their attention? Or I don't know, it's just different. Like, do you feel like you have to really hold your own?
I would say like I don't really ever feel like I have to do too much, but I do feel like, I don't know, I have to be just as strong or maybe even stronger or even better in terms of rapping when it comes to males. And I think like a lot of the male rappers that I bump into or we happen to just cypher, they're pretty open-minded. So I can kind of just read them easily and I know that, okay, I don't have to think about anything too much. But there's some of them that they won't admit. Like, they still won't admit that, okay, maybe I actually do have bars. And so they kind of like, they just hold up.
Yeah.
Like, just like stay grounded a certain way. And then I know those are the kind of males that maybe want something different.
Do you feel like in order for female rappers to be successful or become mainstream, they have to sell their body, exploit their bodies, or portray a sexual image in order to advance in the music industry? Or do you think that there's alternatives? Like, you don't have to do that as a female rapper to get ahead?
I feel like it's a bit of both, because maybe society set a standard from before when it comes to female rappers, with them having to look sexy, like especially like with Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim, and kind of what Biggie told her when she first started rapping to him, and he said, hey, maybe if you sounded a little bit more sexy, it would come off across like a little bit more appealing to the ear than being as rough and tough as a man.
Yeah.
And I think from there, they just took that and ran with it. And so now any other real MC, female or whatever, they feel as if though they have to look sexy, or they have to talk sexy or talk about sexual things, and as if that's all we have to offer, when really we're very educated women, and we can just hit you with knowledge, and that should be enough.
Describe your sound. What is Meika's sound?
I don't really know what my sound is. I definitely don't sound like this when I rap. There's a lot of layers to her, and she doesn't think about anything. She just thinks, okay, this sounds right, so sound like this.
What artist inspires your rap style, or who are some of your favorite female rappers?
It's kind of funny because I never really before I couldn't name a female rapper that was my favorite.
Even if you don't, it's okay if you don't.
Who taught me or who kind of inspired me in a way, except one, and that was Eve. And I kind of get that comparison a lot when I rap. My brother used to tell me, like, you sound like Eve, you know, and then I'll just say, no, I sound like me. But she has a specific kind of voice, and like when she speaks, you want to listen. And she has a certain kind of harshness, and it's not harsh, it's kind of soft too.
Yeah.
But it's strong, and that's an inspiration to me, because she's still sexy. She's not rough and tough, but she's not a force to be reckoned with. And you can get that from her just by looking at her and by just how she moves and how she raps. And I've always kind of admired that. I also admire Missy Elliott.
Okay.
She's like the ultimate like singer, dancer, rapper. Like she's everything, super triple threat. And she's just funny and fun, and she just brings me life every time I listen to her stuff. It just makes me want to dance, just with how she raps, her delivery, and everything.
What does the future look like for Meika within the next 5 to 10 years? Like, what are some things that you want to accomplish?
I would say what I want to accomplish is my first original project. And I'm actually trying to accomplish that by the end of the summer, hopefully before. And it's called Grow With Me, because I want people to establish that I'm only about growth and about growing. And if they're willing to grow as well, that's where we're going to start our journey. I do want to be at least in the entertainment industry with either music business or teaching at least kids in like workshops, and kind of just giving people that experience to grow in their art.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. So this is not a question. This is more like a request. But can you freestyle real quick for the viewers watching at home? It doesn't have to be long, like maybe 15 seconds, 30 seconds. If you want, I can beatbox for you.
Can you?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got.
Okay. Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chicka, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, boom, chicka,
check it.
Boom, chicka, chicka, boom, boom, chicka, chicka, boom, chicka, boom,
boom.
See, it's Keekz and Meeks. We out here interviewing in the T dot library. I'll be in and we got a man at the back who's making sure we all good. And the flow is kind of sad, but you know I do my thing. Gotta get it up. Gotta write, gotta rap, gotta switch it up. I can sing, but you know I just do it up. And you know I don't really ask for enough, cause you know I be getting it all the time. And you know every line got these rhymes, and I'm just trying to find time. But you know I be aging like wine. Gotta grow, gotta live, and he'll know what it is by the end of the stone when you throw it in the water and you know it getting low. Got these flows, Keekz, what it up?
Hey, okay. Thank you for doing that freestyle. That was actually really good, though. I think that was really good.
Thank you.
That was really good. Make sure you follow Meika on Instagram. Where can they follow you on Instagram?
At Grow with Meika, GROWITHMEIKA. And you can also find me on SoundCloud at Meika, MEIKA, and on YouTube at Meika Holiday, MEIKA Holiday.
Make sure you go stream her music and follow her on Instagram.
What up?
Hey, I'm your host, JustKeekz. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep talking hip hop. Peace.